Hello, my name is McGroovy, and today I'm going to be playing Faith Chapter 1. It's a short little horror game based off of or inspired by old school Atari games with its very simple color palette and pixel graphics and stuff, with some rotoscoping animation here and there.
September 21st, 1987. It's been 1 year since I first went inside that house. I have to finish what I started. What I am about to do has not been approved by the Vatican.
Now, before I fully get underway with this, I would like to apologize because there will be some construction noises in the background, for lack of a better word, as you probably heard during that opening cutscene. It's just some stuff that's going on right now. I have very, very thin walls. Not very fun when you're recording something, but hopefully it's not too much of a bother. Now, as I said earlier, I have played this game before. If I haven't said that yet, then here it is right now. I have played Faith Chapter 1 before. Not Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. I will be getting all the endings in this video, though, because I've only gotten the main ending, not the 4 other endings or the secret ending, which is where you get the final note. So I will be getting that. I did watch Markiplier play this at least, and I did watch Wendigoon's video on the entire series. His video is what made me want to play this, because it's a very interesting story, and I will perhaps make videos on Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. But I'm just starting out with a very simple run-through of this one. Have you forgotten already? This forest has a mind of its own. If you get lost, you could always try remembering where you've been. Pressing the plus button is a good place to start. If you're in a hurry, hold the A button to skip cutscenes. The A button is your crucifix. Like I said, very simple game. Up, down, left, right. A button. This video could also serve as a guide of sorts to show you where all of the notes are. One of them is locked behind that secret ending, but one of them is also locked behind a nice friend we'll meet in the forest if he comes around. And to save time, if there's too much dead air, I will cut from it and get to new stuff, because a lot of this game is just walking around and occasional little things like this. You can tell if something's exercisable if it does that yellow flashing, and also if it just looks unique. Like, as you can see, it doesn't look normal. Today I noticed Amy's favorite tree looking like it's dying. All the needles are falling off it, and the bark is peeling. I guess I'm more upset about it than Amy is. She's totally absorbed in her volunteer work at the clinic. I guess it's good that she found something she's passionate about. But I've gotten ugly looks. Man, I'm bad at reading. You'll learn that as this game goes on. Absorbed in her volunteer work at the clinic. I guess it's good that she found something she's passionate about. But I've gotten ugly looks from some of the women at book club. Kathy and her religious friends won't even talk to me anymore. Religious people in clinics, I wonder what they're talking about. Should be all that's on this first screen. Oh, here he is. That's the guy. Spindly Johnny, He, I believe you exercise him 10 times and you get a note. Deer. Nice deer. Oh, that was close. Here's another exorcism location. Oh. Well, 2 birds with 1 stone. 3 exorcisms and... 3 exorcisms... 3 exorcisms and a note. Gosh. I caught some people walking through the woods around the house last week. Not kids, just regular adults. They told me they got lost while hiking. I pointed them back towards the road. The whole thing just didn't feel right. I think I should go dig up Bob's rifle out of storage. That'll be important for later. The rifle, at least. I believe there's one more exorcism location on this area of the screen. Oh, wait. No, this is important too. Fun. That's 4. Could be wrong. That's on the 3rd screen. Yep, I'm wrong. Alright, let's go. Oh! 5. Here's the next one. Old abandoned little rock circle. Or rectangle, I guess. Public lecture by Carl James Osborne. Connecticut's historical connections to witchcraft, Satanism, and the beast system. Wednesday, 8 p.m. That's 6. Seven. Wow, back to back. Really picking this up now, isn't he? Well, I believe 8. Wow, I'm really actually... It's RNG. I think on another playthrough I did of this, it took longer to get all that. You're invited. Come celebrate Nate and Jay Sound's 6th birthday. Saturday, May 3rd, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mark your calendars, people. Directions. Turn right at 1338 Snake Meadow Hill Road and go straight past the well. Now, I'm going to not do that, because I've played this before, so... have some... Ooh! Wasn't paying attention. I believe that's 9. Oh, 10. There we go. There we go. Father Garcia, you are hereby instructed to release Michael Davies from your care and return him to his home immediately. Mr. and Mrs. Davies have already been contacted by our office. A representative of the church is currently en route to their home to discuss compensation in return for their discretion. You will meet our representative there and accompany him back to Rome. Cardinal Gifford. By the way, when you get that note from, I believe that's Davies, first name will be revealed in another game. I think it's the second one. That's the last you see of him, unless it's a scripted event, which I will show you later, but, you know. Bob, the kids and I miss you more every day. The twins and Amy have started their next school year here at home. Amy keeps asking when she's going to be allowed to go to the real school. I think she's getting cabin fever. The twins are having no problems occupying their time. Yesterday they came in with their hands covered in blood. I guess they found a dead deer and thought it would be a good idea to touch it. I think we might have a coyote problem because when I went out with them to look at the dead deer, it was a pretty gruesome sight. All this just the day after the twins' birthday party. Can't wait till you come home. I might just put a little subtitle on screen that says construction noises in the background. Man, I hope it wraps up soon. It should wrap up at least by the time I'm recording this tomorrow. It'll be a later date for you guys, but hopefully this will be the only video where it has that noise. Maybe other ones will have it. Anyhow, the Martins' house lies about 100 yards off of Snake Meadow Hill Road. There's almost no driveway. Trees jut out in the middle of a gravel path that is mostly covered in grass. It was difficult to find the house, especially since it was already dark when we arrived. Father Allred seems to know where he was going. He simply drove straight ahead until we arrived at the house. In the headlights, I saw an old shed off to the right of the path. Father Allred explained that he would rather perform the exorcism away from the house, but the Martins insisted that Amy remain inside. He complained that having the family present makes it difficult to proceed with elements of the rite that may seem harsh to the lay person. How sad. Now, this is a scripted event. As you see, it looked like Spindly Johnny outside. I wonder what's going to happen when I get this key. Get out. Okay. There we go. That's a save point. So if I hadn't gotten all the notes from Spindly Johnny yet, and I died, I'd be safe. Well, I wouldn't have to get all those ones I got before getting Johnny. Now, getting that key is important for one reason. That is because I believe the house is locked, and you can't get in it without the key. So, or if you just want to explore first, you would probably find that key on your own, or if you went straight past the well to the house, you would probably be turned away and say, "It's locked, I need a key," in the chiptune voices that are present in this game. But I believe, yeah, I got that. So the next thing is just that top row, which I don't believe there's at least one note there. And then you go back up one more time, and it'll cycle all the way back down to the bottom, and then I can go to the third screen, well, go all the way up, then I'll be in the house. Here we are. I believe the final note area. Mr. Martin, it has taken longer than expected registering the markers on your property as a historical cemetery. Our office has had difficulty identifying who was buried there. The inscriptions on the gravestones are written in a language that we cannot identify. I've sent the gravestone rubbings to some of my peers at the University of Connecticut. I'll reach out to you when I get a response from them. All the best, Daryl Henderson, State of Connecticut Historical Society. I'm going to go ahead and say that that was the final one. Then just making sure. Yep, the tree. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to where I was before. A deer. There's also another thing where if there's a deer near you, Spindly Johnny will come out and go for the deer, but he's not around right now, so don't exactly have to be concerned with that. Okay, here we are, the well. Anyway, now that we're back at the well, we can continue on with our merry little journey. As that party invitation said, straight shot up from the well. I don't know if I saw this, but there's a little mini event that can happen. Also, purple creature, not scary at all. There's a little event that can happen where you, where there'll be two purple little children running random directions, and nothing really comes of it, but it's important lore for the story later. Anyway, Mr. and Mrs. Martin greeted us at the front porch. Mr. Martin led us downstairs to the basement. He explaining that Amy was down there in restraints. I felt for him. There was guilt and shame in his voice. Amy was in the very back of the attic in a chair, perfectly calm, staring at us. It was hard to describe the look on her face. It was not the kind of a child. It was not the kind of a look a child gives you. Before we do that, do some things. What a nice family. I wonder if that purple character is important somehow. Not going down there yet. Nothing. Nice drawing. Shadow demon. Plant exorcism. No, that does nothing. Ooh, a mirror. Oh, what fun! There's a shadow demon behind me. Ha ha! Upstairs, a blood streak leading to this door that I can't open. Fun. Bathtub. Let's exercise the rubber duck. It's yellow, so you can't exactly tell very well if it exercised what you wanted it to. I don't feel safe in my own home anymore. I hear the voices outside around the house at night. I don't let the twins go out in the woods to play because I'm afraid of what's out there. The house itself feels stressed, distorted, slanted somehow. It's like I'm walking through a carnival funhouse. Amy's condition has only gotten worse. I can't stand to be around her, and I don't know why. She just doesn't seem like herself anymore. I want to take her to the doctor, but I can't leave the boys here. I find that the phone stops working throughout the day. Now I can't seem to find my car keys. Thank God Bob comes home tomorrow. This game does a good job of building tension, to say the least. I guess I was the only one who thought to check in the attic. When I got up there, it was freezing cold. I found Amy standing in the back looking straight at me like when I first met her downstairs. We spoke briefly, although it was frustrating to talk to her, or it. I experienced a bit of deception from the demon. During our conversation, she uttered my mother's name. She uttered my mother's first name, and in other instances spoke perfect Latin. I called for help from the others, but nobody came, so I raised my crucifix and began the rite again. That'll be important for later. Now, with this, some lore. Bob must be stationed somewhere in the Middle East because he sent over this weird-looking doll for Amy's birthday. I'll ask Anish about it next time we have book club. She looks like she could be someone from over there. She looks like she could be from over there. Amy didn't seem excited to see the doll. I think she would rather have a phone instead. Or maybe seeing a baby doll makes her feel self-conscious about working at the clinic. Clinics and babies. I wonder what they're getting at here. That's a red herring because the Airdorf, the developer who made this game, I believe in an interview said that some of the stuff in this game, or some of the memos at least, or notes, I call them memos. I played a lot of Silent Hill 2 remake. I'll probably make a series on that too. It was a good game. A lot of the stuff in this a lot of the stuff in this game. Some of it is red herrings, like that doll that looks like it's from the Middle East. That has nothing to do with the main story. And some of the notes are inspired by things that I believe it was Erdorf himself, has experienced. I will allude to what that means in a subsequent note when I find it. Dear Amy, thanks for writing. It really brightened my day hearing from you. In your letter, you asked what's the weirdest thing I've seen on a missionary. The area we are working in has a lot of folks who practice Quimbamba. It's what you might call a pagan religion. It's kind of a mix of Catholic and African religions. One of the saints they worship is San La Muerte, or Saint Death. Yesterday, we talked to a boy, about 15. When we asked him if we had ever prayed, he said, When we asked him if he had ever prayed, he said, No, but I have prayed to San La Muerta. He told us about a time when he stayed over at his cousin's house, and according to him, they prayed to some figures of San La Muerta, and the figures made things in the house move around. He got real quiet and scared looking after that. We told him he could pray to God, and that God wouldn't make him feel scared like that. We invited him to church, but he hasn't come yet. I need to wrap this letter up and get back to work. See you in 4 months. Leighton. That's the example. I believe either that was Erdorf himself who went on a mission trip, or someone he talked to went on a mission trip, but he changed the location and religion that was being practiced because Quimbamba doesn't actually exist. Amy's parents could not endure witnessing the proceedings of the rite for long. Miss Martin was hysterical, and the thing that was inside of Amy was feeding off the fear. Sounds like a yellow lantern to me. Father Allred asked me to take the Martins upstairs. I was physically worn out, but managed to get them back up the stairs into the kitchen. Amy was screaming, Mother, Mother, the whole time. Finally, I got them to sit down with me at the kitchen table. After a few minutes, we couldn't hear much of anything down in the basement. So I went down to check on things. I found Father Allred lying on his back, unconscious, with his arms spread out wide. Amy was not in the chair. Creepy. What an odd symbol on the floor. Screen shaking. Oops. Didn't skip anything, luckily. The cutscenes in this game are really good. You know, the rotoscoping, which I believe was done by Erdorf himself. This is an indie game, so usually when they do something, they do it by themselves. But the models he used for the rotoscoping was him himself or his family. It's very impressive. Now, in order to get into here, gotta outlast this. I believe I feel like you can tell which one is the real demon. If you whichever one flashes last, like that one. I might be wrong. Might just be getting lucky with the first instances I do. If you take too long, you get murked by it. I don't think you need to go back downstairs. Because every time I've done this, I've gone downstairs, and as soon as I get to the basement door, it opens. Oh, well, I guess I was right. Probably one more room up there, and I would have been good. Well, this is pretty much the end game, but it's not going to be for me at least because I got some extras. Oh, here we go. Molly, the church might contact you in a few days to tell you their version of what happened to me. I want you to hear it from me first. A year ago, I was involved in the exorcism of Amy Martin. What they said in the papers about what happened isn't true. She, blank, my superior, Father blank, with blank. When I confronted her, she, blank, managed to cut the power to the house and blank her own parents, blank with their own blank. I have to go back to that house. The nightmares I'm having are real. She's still there, waiting for me. I can still help her. If I don't come back, know that I love you, and I'm sorry. John, I'm only dancing. Nah, I'm just kidding.
My God, what happened to you? Do you think my face is pretty? I have to finish what I started. She's dying, priest.
The power of Christ compels you. Oh no, a shadow demon lurking from the side. Oh no. Oop, yep, was that one. I learned that Amy, what's her name, bum rushes you from the opposite side of where you were from a previous playthrough. So, that would mean she comes from that side. Probably could have held on that one for a little bit longer. Needed to be a little bit more careful with that one. I didn't have a lot of leeway. Ooh. You don't always know the depth. Oh, here we go. Next phase. Hand! I learned that you don't have to be super close. Of course, all likelihood that I will fail this one and not first try it. Case in point, that. Alright. Oh, I skipped the mortise, everyone's favorite phrase from this game. But don't worry, in all likelihood that'll happen a few more times. It's a little bit hinkier to get her from the top corners. I don't know why. It's harder to do it there. Oh, wait, nope, that was easy. Okay. I don't know the AoE on this. The cross. Shadow Demon, though, makes it... Oh, well, that was actually... 2 tries is better than I've gotten it before. Cross. That was easy. Alright. This is where the end game happens. I'll get the true ending first, get that out of the way.
This is the ceremony for the opening of the blank. Let no brother or sister under it. Prepare the blank. Use the right index finger to draw the sign of the blank on the floor. Bring an impure vessel to the side of the blank. Let a brother or sister drink at blank at each side of the blank. Carve the face of the blank. The blood that fills the opening is the new blank. Let 7 blank be taken from their mothers and lowered into the blank. Upon the offering of the 7th blank, the blank will emerge from the blank. This is the second death.
Boy, what fun. That'll be important later. In, like, next 2 games.
Kill her.
You want to be like Hamilton. You don't want to throw away your shot. But don't worry. You throw away your shot, just walk back in the building. You will get the gun again. Well, 2 more screens down, I'd say. And then, yeah. Back at the car, and I can just, leave. And just go home. Forget about all this. There's not 2 sequels of this game, that's for sure. He got isekai'd.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. I shall not be afraid of the terror in the night, nor the evil that walketh in darkness. Because I have made the Lord my refuge. Because I have set my love upon him, therefore will he deliver me. I shall call upon him and he will answer me. He will be with me in trouble. He will deliver me and honor me. I can't explain what happened at that house. I can only have faith that I did the right thing.
Roll credits. End of chapter 5 of 5, When Faith Endures. Police, animal experts investigate a chupacabra remains. Police, animals experts investigate chupacabra remains found near Sterling. Sterling PD is enlisting the help of local animal experts from the University of Connecticut after the remains of an unidentified animal were found near Sterling. The remains of an animal, which some residents are calling a chupacabra, were discovered on Snake Meadow Hill Road by a motorist yesterday. The animal had apparently been struck by a vehicle. Parts of its carcass were scattered across the road. Police say they initially investigated the gruesome scene because the motorist who discovered the remains had told them they appeared to be of a person. That pause was crazy. After arriving at the scene, police concluded that some of the remains were of some kind of animal. I'm going to take that one again. After arriving at the scene, police concluded that the remains were of some kind of animal. As a matter of public safety, we want to be sure about what exactly we're dealing with here, said a Sterling police spokesman. This is clearly not a deer or a coyote. If it's a mountain lion or an exotic pet that escaped from its owners, or an animal with rabies, we need to know about it. Animal experts attached to the investigation would not speculate about what kind of animal had been found, although they commented that the animal was hairless, anemic, and apparently suffered from the rickets, a vitamin D deficiency that appears in animals and children who have not received enough sunlight. But we're not done here. Still got a couple other endings to go. To save time, I'm not going to keep redoing that little cutscene. I'll cut back to here when I get the gun and walk out to where I need to be. Our purple friend flew out the window over here. Oh, well, guess I'm wrong. Well, she flew out the window somewhere. If I find her first, that's the ending we're getting. If not, getting something else. The layout seems to have changed since I last did this. Not the right screen. There you are. Our little purple friend right over here, you know? Alright, back to the car. That's another spot. So now I know where that is. End of chapter. 1 of 5. Murderer. Another point to point out, that was redundant. Another point I should make is you can tell what's the bad ending. I believe you can tell what's the bad ending is if it has the ending blank of something is written in red. So this is a bad ending. Not the right one. I already showed what that one is. Police arrest man accused of murdering missing girl. New York man is in custody after he confessed to the murder of a Sterling girl who had been missing. John Ward of Palmyra was pulled over on Snake Meadow Hill Road last night after a state trooper reported hearing a gunshot. The reporter thought it might be poachers. It might be poachers, not a poachers. That doesn't make sense. The officer said Ward was acting nervous and suspicious after being pulled over. When questioned, Ward said, "I've killed her." According to the police report, the officer called for backup after Ward became increasingly upset, saying repeatedly that there was a demon inside her. Ward was taken to Sterling Police Headquarters for further questioning. Ward then confessed to authorities that he shot and killed Amy Martin, a 17-year-old girl who had been missing for 9 days after escaping from a mental institution. After a brief search, the police located Amy's body in the woods near the now-abandoned Martin home. In addition to receiving a gunshot wound to the stomach, Amy showed injuries suggesting that she had been thrown out of the second-story window of the house. An officer who helped recover the body told reporters that Amy's face had been mutilated in a very brutal manner. Ward was found dressed as a priest when he was pulled over. It is suspected that he impersonated a priest to gain his victim's trust after Catholic authorities in Rome confirmed that Ward was not an ordained minister. The rest of the article is missing. Now time for the third ending.
A gun with one bullet.
Oh, getting a different ending this time. I was wondering what would happen if you passed by Amy. You didn't do anything. Let's do this. Now we just go back to the car and see what that was. Now I believe the pentagram one is on the second screen, and then the other one is on this first screen, close by the car.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. I shall not be afraid.
Ending 2 of 5. Father and Son. Esteemed Cardinal Gifford, with all due respect, you cannot grasp the importance of the work I am doing for young Michael. Without being present here, Michael needs... I'm going to take that from the top. Esteemed Cardinal Gifford, with all due respect, you cannot grasp the importance of the work I am doing for young Michael without being present here. Michael needs my help now more than ever. In the past few weeks, I had made great progress with Michael's affliction. Nevertheless, whatever darkness is inside of him fights back with increasing ferocity. We must not let up the fight against the enemy at such a critical time. There is another reason why I dare not return Michael to his family, nor let them see him. The darkness inside him afflicts his soul, but it also causes a terrible strain on his body, so that there may be no mistaking what I mean. I have enclosed a photograph of young Michael during one of our sessions. The photograph is missing. That, in conjunction with that note I found earlier, is Michael Davies. Now, ending,
With one bullet.
4? 3? Murderer. No. Yeah, wait. 1, 2, and 5. So this is 4. Oh, caught on a tree. That's concerning. End of chapter 3 of 5. The Offering.
Hello, Amy.
Wait, maybe I can do a different voice.
Hello, Amy. I am sorry.
That's gonna kill my voice.
Hello, Amy. I am sorry to hear about your parents' decision. It is hard for people to trust what they do not understand. I know you are only 17, but you are clearly an adult, and you are able to handle your own life. Do not let your mom and dad stop you from following your dreams. If there is anything I can do to help you, just let me know. We are having a get-together at the clinic Saturday night, and I would love for you to stop by. We still consider you a part of the team. Even if your mom and dad do not, we hope to see you there. Gary.
Because Gary is an important character in this series, might give him a different voice now that we know that any sort of red writing should be Gary. So, with that in mind, I'll give Gary a different voice. Try not to emulate the one that the person did in the Wendigoon video, but it's a good voice.
With one bullet.
If I remember correctly, in the second game, there's only 2 other endings. I mean, there's only 2 endings, a good one and a bad one. I will explain that when I get to that one. That one is going to be one where I may have to look up a guide to do the bad ending, because apparently the bad ending takes more effort to do than the good ending. I think this is the screen. If I'm wrong, might be one more screen down. Could have sworn it was down here. It's more likely that it's probably on the second screen again. Oh, here it is. I was right. Back on the second screen. Wow. All right. I'm gonna call this ending the Family Guy ending. If you know what I'm talking about, there's a cutaway gag with Peter and some deer, but you'll figure out what that means.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. I shall not be afraid of the terror.
It's the Family Guy ending. Except I did take the shot. Ah! Ending 4 of 5. The Hunter. Unidentified body discovered near wrecked car. The site of a deadly car accident was discovered along a road near Sterling this morning, along with the body of a person who has not yet been identified. At 6 a.m. this morning, a resident called to report an accident along Snake Meadow Hill Road. The driver of a silver sedan had swerved off the road and struck a tree. A spokesman for the police commented that the body appeared to have been dragged several yards away from the car deeper into the woods after having been ejected from the front windshield. Should have been wearing a seatbelt. It was noted that the body had been mangled beyond recognition. Investigators suspect this was probably the work of coyotes. Yeah, about that. Police also noted that parts of a cleaned white-tailed deer were found in the trunk of the car. From a white-tailed deer, a hunter typically gets 75 pounds of meat. However, it appears the victim of the accident was only able to carry 25 pounds back to the car. Neat. Now we're back to the secret ending. Or we're going to get the secret ending. I'm going to get the secret ending. A little bit tedious to go back and shoot that 3 times. Yes, a gun with 1 bullet. You don't need to say that every time, I know. And then 1 more shot, 1 more saying, a gun with 1 bullet. And then,
A gun with 1 bullet.
I haven't done this, boss. It'll be a learning experience. Unless this boss is really easy. Whoa, okay. Okay. Whoa! Ah! I haven't done this boss, like, ever. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Get away from me. Where are you? Where? Holy heck. Where are you? Where? Show yourself. Oh! Oh, well, okay. That was actually not that bad. October 23rd, 1986. Dear Dr. McGlashan, it has been 30 days since the beginning of my treatment here at Yale Psychiatric Institute. Dr. Spinell, who has been so patient with me, has helped me understand my afflictions. It has helped me find a way to move forward and accept the truth. With Dr. Spinell's help, I have come to accept what happened in September at the Martin family residence. I accept that what happened was not the result of any supernatural phenomenon, but rather the desperate actions of a young girl driven to violence by her dogmatic parents and old church rituals that are thought to drive out evil. I'm happy to report that since accepting the truth, my nightmares have ceased, and I now enjoy peace of mind that I have not felt since the incident. Given my progress since first coming here, I respectfully request my release from Yale Psychiatric Institute, contingent upon follow-up appointments with Dr. Sminell in the future. Sincerely, John Ward. I guess with that,
Gone with one bullet.
I'll cut back to the final ending. I guess that wasn't a alternate ending, more so a little red herring memo, which is not canonical to the main story, but it's just a little bonus. But I'll be back. I'll cut back to the fifth ending, the best ending. Here we are. Fun fact, that truck called Airdorf, same name of the developer.
I will.
Anyway, already got that ending. Ending 5 of 5. When faith endures. The true ending. And that'll do it for Faith Chapter 1. All the endings and stuff have been unlocked. And yeah, that's it. I'll make videos on Faith Chapters 2 and 3, but that'll do it for this video. On Faith Chapter 1. I've been McGroovy. See you next time.